I have one of my guests already seated. Uh, James Wright, if you can hear me, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Clearly, clearly, clearly.
Great.
I was just giving a little background of like a summary of what we have enjoyed these past 4 days.
Yes,
Okay, before.
Daniel. I have tuned in every single day, and let me tell
Wow.
you, it has been fantastic. The speakers
Thank
that
you.
you presented definitely gave valuable and powerful information that can help anyone transform their lives. And I am so grateful to you for putting together such a fantastic event.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's true that our bottom line in Daniel Thomas Transformational Hub is to make people rethink. And you're a master in that. You even have a book.
Yes, Rethinking Failure is available on
Exactly.
Amazon and it will help you to overcome any obstacle that you may have.
That's it. That's it. I agree totally. For those that are watching us and those that will watch later, just link up with James Wright. Look out for the book in Amazon, and it's one powerful book that will help us rethink. Because without rethinking, we are not on our way to transformation. We're
Correct.
not talking about transition. We're talking about total change. Just like Dr. Homer said, all of us, many of us know about it, but she brought a new dimension of moving from lava to a full butterfly. That's transformation. That's
Hmm.
transformation. Okay, so without wasting much time, one of our guests is already here. So I want to officially introduce you. James Wright is a speaker, author, a seasoned coach, a man of many colors and many feathers. We are privileged to have you here. You are welcome, James Wright.
Yes, thank you so much. As Daniel stated, I am a author, a speaker, a business, and a
Mm,
personal coach. And as I
yes.
stated earlier, I have been tuning in every day. And to those of you who have participated in this challenge, I am very confident that you have gotten something that will take you along your journey and help you to reach your goals. Now,
Mm,
this is a challenge. And when you say the word challenge, that automatically indicates that you are willing to put in some work, that you are willing to make an effort, that you are willing
mm,
to face some struggles, that you are willing to fight. See, that's what a challenge is. So, this is a 5 day challenge. But the reality is this is not a 5 day challenge. This is
mm,
5 days to plant the seed for you to have a lifetime challenge. And
mm.
the challenge that you will be on will be a lifetime journey. Now, as I stated, there have been previous speakers before me. And so before I begin, what I would like to do is ask Daniel over the past previous days, are there any questions that the listeners may have had or that you may have that you would like me to address and to answer at this particular time?
Okay. Yes, a couple of them has posted, and I also have a question. And one of those questions is, how will a beginner in business, an entrepreneur, because I know you're an entrepreneur, how
Yes.
will an entrepreneur who just want to make a switch, because when we're talking about transformation from becoming an employee to becoming a successful entrepreneur. Daniel
Okay.
Gomez, said a couple of things about it yesterday, and I just want you to nail it.
Yes. Well, I have been an entrepreneur my entire adulthood for the most part. And the way I went about it personally is I put myself in a position where I had no choice but either to sink or to swim. Now, by that, what I mean is this, and I often advise people to do this if they want to go into entrepreneurship or whatever, if you want to go into the arts as a entertainer or whatever. Sometimes you have to put yourself in an uncomfortable position in order to really spur you on to do what you need to do. And by that, what I mean is this. I decided when I was going to take the road of entrepreneurship that I was going to quit a very lucrative job that I had. And this job paid me good money, and I really didn't work hard on the job. It was what most people would consider ideal job. And even for me, I was like, why should I quit this job? But the reason I quit the job was this. I knew that if I quit that job, I had only had two choices. And those two choices were either one, to go get another job, or two, to find a way to make a living on my own. At that time, I had a mortgage, I had car payments, I had bills just like everybody else. But I determined in my mind that I was not going to find another job. I was going to try different things. I tried catering business. I tried several businesses before I found the one that would work for me. But whatever I tried, I was determined I would not put in another job application. I was going to find a way to make it. Things got so bad, Daniel, that I
Mm,
actually lost the home. It went into foreclosure. Even
mm,
at that point, I made the decision. I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pay off my car. I had a car at that time. I said, I'm going to pay off my car because if I have to, I will live in my car, but I will not get another job. I will live in my car and I will find a way to make this thing work. And that's the way I did it. I put myself in a position where I had no choice but to keep trying different things until I found the one that worked for me. So I advise people who want to go into entrepreneurship, decide what sacrifice you're willing to make. Once you decide what sacrifice you're willing to make, because the road to entrepreneurship doesn't come easy. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some struggle. You're going to have failures along the way, so just expect them. So determine what you are willing to sacrifice. Once you determine what you are willing to sacrifice, commit to that, go forward with your goals, set out a plan, set out a strategy, and never look back.
great, 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 great. This is really in tandem to what we are discussing at this time. Focus.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Go ahead, Daniel.
yeah, because if you from the story you just told us, it showed that you were determined and you were focusing on your path. You know,
Yes. Yes. And it's
mm,
through that journey that has
mm,
led me here today, where
mm,
now, after having experienced that, I am able to help other people with their journey because I've walked that path. I know how difficult it can be. I know how lonely it can be sometimes. I know what a struggle it can be. So now that I've done it, see, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The path has
okay.
already been paved. All you have to
Powerful.
Yes. All you have to do is find the path that someone else has walked and learn to
Mm,
walk that same path in your own footsteps. And so that's
okay.
what I'm here to share with people today. Yes,
Mm,
your circumstances are all different. We all have different circumstances. But the one thing we have in common is the ability to do what we want to do. That is given to us from birth. You are born with everything that you need to do what you need to do in this world to achieve your success and to find your happiness and your balance. And I talk about happiness and balance um, because it is so important that you have that in your life. Your happiness and your balance is what is going to lead to your prosperity. Now, in order to do that, you have to basically have three things in mind. You have to keep in mind that you must have a vision. You must keep in mind that you must have a plan. And then you must keep in mind that you must take action. You must implement that plan. You must implement that action. So, about the vision, let's just talk about that for a moment because your vision is going to be a key element to determining who and what you will become in life. Most people have a tunnel vision. They don't see the broad perspective of who they can truly be. And that comes about as a result of what society has molded into each of us. We come into this world free spirited. And by the time we are 5, 6, or 7 years old, that free spirit is already being taken away from us by people telling us what we can do, what we can't do, who we should be, who we should not be. So our creativity becomes stagnant, it becomes stunted. And in order for us to grow or achieve the things that we want in life, you must revitalize that creativity. You must revitalize your spirit. You must reintroduce yourself to yourself. And what I mean by that is the person that you think you are, you probably are not. You are just carrying out the motions and the actions that society has conditioned you to believe that you are. But if you really look inside of yourself, if you really examine your spirit, if you really examine your emotions, your dreams, your talents, you will find many times that the person that you think you are is not who you are. When you examine yourself, you will find that you are who you truly are. So you need to take some time to spend time with yourself. Get into a quiet space. Get into a space where you can just sit down and you can think about what it is you're doing in your life, what it is you're trying to achieve, who it is you want to be, where it is you want to go, and you will develop your vision. Once you start developing your vision, your life will start taking on a whole new look. Now, in developing your vision, then are going to have to come along with a plan because, see, your vision is going to bring about goals. You're going to realize there are certain things that you want in life that the vision is telling you you desire and you should have because you are a supreme creature on this earth. You are blessed to be the highest living thing on the planet. You're above the birds, you're above the fish, you are above all the animals. You have the choice that you can make decisions in your life. You are given that ability of free will. And I want you to tell yourself this each day and repeat it throughout the day. In fact, write this down and take it with you and carry it with you and repeat it throughout your day. I want you to say, there is enough abundance in this world for everyone, and I am in my season of perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. Again, There is enough abundance in this world for everyone. And I am in my season of perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. Now, once you start saying phrases like that, they will sink into your subconscious being. And it's like a seed that is being planted. When you plant a seed, let's say you plant an apple seed, or you plant a tomato seed, or you plant a grape seed, what happens is you don't get one big apple that comes out of the ground. You don't get one big tomato that comes out of the ground or one big grape. Once you plant that seed, if you nurture that seed, what you get is an abundance of apples that come from that one seed. You get an abundance of grapes that comes from that one seed. You get an abundance of tomatoes that comes from that one seed. So likewise, when you plant this seed in your subconscious being, if you nurture it, and by nurturing it, I mean repeat it often throughout your day. Let it sink in, take it to heart, believe in it, focus on it, trust in it. What will happen, just like that apple tree, the tomato plant, the grapevine, your seed will blossom and your seed will bring forth much fruit. It will bring the fruit of prosperity. It will bring forth the fruit of happiness. It will bring forth the fruit of success. It will bring everything into your life that you desire. So much abundance, and so much so that it is so much that now you can go out and you can share that abundance with your neighbors. You can share it with your family. You can share it with your friends. You can share it with the world because your cup will runneth over. Because remember, you can't give to the world what you don't have. So you want your cup to be full. And what I tell people is this: I keep my cup full at all times. Now, everything in the cup belongs to me, but everything that flows out of the cup, because my cup is overflowing. So everything in the cup belongs to me, but everything that flows out of the cup belongs to those who are willing to receive it, and I give it to them freely. And likewise, you can do the same. So, Daniel, do you think these people are ready for an overflowing cup? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
you
You
think they're
know,
ready for their cup to overflow? Well,
oh, sure.
let's get that started then. One of the things that you need to do is you need to remember that you must set goals. You if you don't have goals, you're just running around in darkness and with no direction. Goals set you on an autopilot. It's like a plane that takes off.
Mm,
And once the pilot gets it in the sky, he puts it on autopilot because he knows where the
mm,
plane is going. So he just puts it on
mm,
autopilot. And once it is on autopilot, it will take him where he wants to go. So you need to do that the same technique with your goals. You need to know where you are headed. In other words, you must declare your end from the beginning. You can't live your life day by day, minute by minute, second by second. No, right now, you should look at your life and you should already have a viewpoint, or if you don't, make a viewpoint of when you take your last breath, where is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to have accomplished? What is it that you want to leave as a legacy? Declare your end right from the beginning. Now, once you have declared the end right from the beginning, you know what the end's going to be. So now all you have to do is start taking some steps towards that ending. And you do that by setting goals. And once you set the goals, you then break those goals down into milestones. Now, let me just kind of explain that just a little bit. You have your goals. Your goals are the big picture. Maybe your goal is, say, that you want to go to college and become a doctor. Let's say that's your goal. That's your big goal. But you want to then break that down into milestones. What do I mean, break it down into milestones? Well, going to college to becoming a doctor may seem a bit overwhelming. But if you break it down and you say, well, okay, before I get to be a doctor, this is what I need to do. I need to finish high school. Hopefully you've already done that, but if you haven't, I need to finish high school. That's your first milestone. Then I need to maybe start working in a hospital or a clinic. So I get the idea of what medicine is like. I need to get a job in the medical field. That's another milestone. Now, after I've gotten a job in the medical field and I'm making a salary, now I need to go ahead and I need to apply for some colleges where I can afford the tuition. That's another milestone. So you do these milestones step by step, inch by inch. Even a turtle does not get ahead unless he sticks his neck out. So you are going to have to stick your neck out. You are going to have to take some action. You are going to have to take some steps. And again, this is a challenge, a 5-day challenge. And as I stated really earlier, it's a lifetime challenge. So I don't think any one of the speakers this week, and certainly not me, is here to tell you that this is going to be a cakewalk. They all told you about some of their struggles that they had. I told you about a little struggle that I have. No one gets to the road of success. No one gets to the road of achievement. No one gets to the road of freedom. No one gets to the road of happiness without paying a severe and high price to do it. And if you are not willing to pay the price, you will never get there. So you must, and you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it, and you have what it takes to pay that price. You have an innate ability. You have so much potential in you that you have never even tapped into. And the reason you haven't tapped into it is because likely no one has ever told you that it was there. They told you how to get a job. They told you how to buy a house. They told you how to buy a car, but no one ever told you how to succeed. Because having a house, having a job, having a car does not necessarily equate to success. If you have all of that, right, and you feel empty inside, then you are not successful. There are many people who have lots of material things that are empty. They are void. They are just shells walking around with lots of money, lots of bling, lots of flash, but they are totally void inside. You must get in touch with your spirit. You must get in touch with your inner being. You must get in touch with your destiny. You came into this earth to fulfill a purpose. You must find out what your purpose is, and then you must do everything that you can to achieve that purpose. I know the previous speakers, they talked about prosperity, they talked about purpose, they talked about action, they talked about so many tools to help you on your journey. But the bottom line is this. Many of you that are listening to this and that have been to other seminars and heard other speakers, you can take a seminar that has 1,000 people in it. They all leave there feeling hyped up. They all leave there feeling pumped up. And they do the work for 1 day, they do the work for 2 days, they do the work for a week. And before you know it, they fall back into their old patterns. They're right back where they started from. If you have 1,000 people in that seminar, you're doing good if you can get 10 or 20 to actually follow through and do what they're supposed to do. So we're not saying this is easy. We're not claiming this is easy. This is a tough road. You have got to be strong. You have got to be tough. You have got to be determined. But be determined to be the 1 in 1,000 that is willing to fight the fight, to do the battle, to do the work, to gain the victory. Because that's what it's going to take.
That's it, James. Always, always, always spot on. Always spot on. Okay? Without missing words, it's not a piece of a cake.
No, it isn't.
You still have the potential. You have the potential to crack it.
Yes.
Our stories are similar. You know, I also quitted a very juicy job at the time, and everyone around me, but my wife, thought I was crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the funny thing, Daniel. Most people will think that you're crazy because people will laugh at you. They are going to laugh at you. They're going to scold you. They're going to think you're crazy. They're going to try to deter you. They're going to do all those things, but in the end, you have the power, you have the choice to make them applaud you. Now, once you achieve your success, they start applauding you. Then they clap for you, they cheer you on. But while you're trying to get there, nobody seems to be on your side. And so it's important that you understand that, because by understanding that, what you will do is this. And this is important. You will learn to surround yourself with people that will lift you up, that will be the wind beneath your wings. Because once you start on this journey and you are committed, the universe will automatically bring people and circumstances into your life that will help you out. The more you put into the process, the more the universe will bring everything that you need into you. As it states, knock, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be open. You have to seek it, you have to find it. You have to knock on the door and the door will be open. And I say this about the door. If the door doesn't open, kick it in. If that door doesn't open, you just kick it in. But either way, be determined that you are going to be victorious.
That's it. That's it. I trust your judgment, James, you know, because it must work. If he resists you, you kick it. If the door does not open, you punch it. If the door does not open, you head it. The door must open somehow.
That's right. That's right. And also
that's consistency. That's consistency.
Yes. And also remember, as one door closes, another door opens. There are always opportunities for you, but what you have to do is find the opportunities. See, many times what we do is we look at the negative side. We say, oh, I lost a job. Oh, my marriage failed. Oh, I got sick. Oh, my car broke down. We look at the negative side instead of saying, okay, well, I lost a job, but what does this offer me to do? What opportunity can I gain from this? What can I learn from this? Okay, the marriage failed, but what can I learn from this? How can I learn to be a better partner? How can I learn to make a better choice in choosing a partner?
Mm.
Okay, the car broke down. Okay, maybe that's because I'm overweight and I need to walk a little bit and get some exercise. But what I'm saying is, you have to start finding the positive in spite of
Mm.
the negative. Don't look at the
Mm.
negative. See what you can learn from it. See how you can grow
Mm.
from it. Yeah, it's there. We're not going to deny that it's there, but you don't have to
That's it.
let it bring you down.
Mm. You know, James, there's one book I read when I was a teenager that changed my life a great deal. And that book is The Positive Factor.
Okay.
I've forgotten the author now, but the title of the book is The Positive Factor. And the concept the author crafted in the book was that no matter what happens to you, even if it seems to be negative, turn it to positive.
Yes.
Look for a way to turn. You know, as you were speaking, it resonated with me a great deal. You know, no matter
Yes.
what happens to you, look for the positive side of it. Okay,
Exactly.
your marriage failed. Can you learn how to be a better partner? And by so doing, you start training other people, start coaching other people so that their own
E-
marriage will not fail.
Exactly. Exactly. Because some the greatest people in the world have failed.
Mm,
For
that's
instance,
true.
take Walt Disney. Everybody knows Disneyland. It's one of the
Mm,
greatest, it is the greatest theme park in the world. And it was
that's true.
founded by Walt Disney. That's why it's called Disneyland. But do you know
Mm,
that before he opened Disneyland, he was fired? And the reason he was fired, he was a cartoonist and he was fired. And the reason he was fired, it was because they said he had no imagination and he had no good ideas. Now, can you imagine that? And so you're going to be told the same thing on your journey, that you have no
mm,
imagination and that your idea is no good. But be a Walt Disney,
mm.
move ahead anyway. Take Oprah Winfrey. Oprah
Mm,
Winfrey came from very humble backgrounds.
that's true.
She was born in poverty, had no indoor
Mm,
plumbing, wore potato sacks for clothes. Look at where she is today. Why?
mm,
Because she had a vision. She knew that there was more to her than the world told her that there was. She did not let the world define her worth. She defined her own worth. You
absolutely.
must do the same, because
Mm,
if you don't define your worth, someone else is going to define it for you. And when
fine.
they put a price on you, it's always going to be less than what you deserve.
That's correct. You know, also talking about the chronicles of people that have succeeded from nowhere or from negativity, as it were. I also quickly remembered KFC. Okay, because I read the KFC story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the owner of KFC,
Yes,
Kentucky Fried
yes,
Chicken. You know,
yes, exactly. Exactly. Colonel
you know
Sanders, excuse me
exactly.
one
So
second.
the yeah, quite. You know, the issue is there must be need for consistency and persistence.
Yes, and I'm glad you
Uh,
brought up Colonel Sanders, because he's a prime example that you are never too old. Because
that's true.
when he started out, he was already like in his 60s.
That's true.
And yes, and when he started out, nobody wanted his chicken.
Mm,
Nobody wanted it. But he
mm,
knew he had a good recipe and
that's
he
it.
refused to give up.
Mm.
And he kept taking that recipe around, taking it around, and he got turned down and he got turned down. But one day, he took that recipe to someone that realized just what they had, and look what it turned out to be. So, there are 2 points here. The first point
Mm,
is, as I stated, don't let age be a factor, because he was already in his 60s when he hit his stride. And the
that's
second
true.
thing is, if you have something good, Don't let anybody tell you that it's worthless.
Mm,
Keep talking to people, keep presenting it to people, keep showing it to people until you find the person that will understand the value of what you have to offer, and they will be the wind beneath your wings.
mm. This discussion is very important because these two attributes connotes focus, and that's what we're talking about today. And you have been using the word, James. Keep doing it. Don't give up. Don't allow people talk you out of it. Once you have a good plan, you have a good vision, continue to consistently and persistently propagate it. And you
Yeah,
can't do that until you are focused. I just want to
exactly.
connect to make a connect, to what we're discussing. You can't really do that until you have a focus. And I
Exactly.
always like to tell people that you can't even have a vision unless you have a focus about your life. Because what will make you begin to have vision is you are tired of where you are. You want to move
Yes.
forward. You want to transform. You begin to ask yourself, where do I go from here?
Yes.
And
Yes.
when you start asking those questions, you are focusing on your life. You are focusing on your
Exactly.
business. You are focusing on your ministry. You want to make a headway.
Exactly.
You want to transform. So this focus is an all important attribute to success.
Yes. And
No matter how
you
you
said
want to look at it. Yes, fine.
and you said the word transform, which is what this challenge
Mm,
was all about, transforming
that's it.
life.
That's it.
And so let me just
Mm,
say this about transform, because some people really don't, when we say transform, it just kind of goes over their head. But you must really understand what transforming is. Transforming is like a caterpillar goes into a
mm,
cocoon and comes out a
that's it.
butterfly. So,
Butterfly.
what I'm saying by that is when you transform your life, you go in looking one way. But when
Mm,
you emerge, you should not be recognizable from the same person that you were before. You are going to be a
powerful.
whole completely new person. This is what
Powerful.
transformation is. You
Mm,
transform your life. You are not the same person that you was last week, last
that's
month,
true.
or last
Mm,
year. You may look the
mm.
same on the outside, but you are completely renewed. You are completely restored. You are completely
Mm,
different on the inside. And when
mm,
you become that way on the inside, eventually it will start to shine. It will start to magnify to the outside, and the world will begin to see that no, Susan is not the same person she was last year.
that's
John
it.
is not the same man that he was last month. I don't know what it is, but he or she has changed. And not only have they changed, they seem so much happier. They seem so
Mm,
much powerful. They seem
mm.
so much more successful. I
That's
don't know
true.
what they've done, but what it is, whatever they've done, I want to do it too. You
That's
become a
true.
light for the world.
That's true. I know when you're talking about, that transformational evidence, something just ran through my mind. It is in admiration, because when you move from larva to pupa to butterfly, butterfly becomes beautiful, more
Yes,
than pupa, beautiful more than larva. So when you are transformed, just to support what you have said, James, people around you will begin to admire you. People
yes,
around you will know that you have changed, you have moved steps
yes,
forward
yes,
in your business, you have moved steps forward. Never mind,
yes,
I'm dragging the S, just to show that it's not just one step.
yes, yes,
you know,
yes.
so,
So if there's any listener out there and
mm,
you are tired, you feel like every day is just another day. I get up today and it's just another day, and it's no different than it was yesterday. It's no different than it was tomorrow. Then transformation is for you. Transformation
mm,
is what you're looking for, because
mm,
every day should be an exciting journey. We don't have much time on this earth. We have a limited
mm,
amount of time on this earth. And so, since we have a limited amount of time on this earth, we need to learn to find as much joy and happiness as we can. Because as human beings, we know that there's always going to be sorrow, there's always going to
mm,
be pain, there's always going to be struggles. But in through all of that, this is life. This is life. And there are those that overcome those things, and then there are those that succumb to those things. You want to become an overcomer and not a succomer. Do not succumb
mm,
to the pressure of society. Do not succumb to the pressure of illness. Do not succumb to the pressure of negative thinking. Do not
mm,
succumb to the pressure coming from friends and family. You want to
mm,
overcome all of that. You can overcome all of that. You would not have been brought into this world if you were not already equipped with everything that you need to overcome. You were put on
mm,
this planet to thrive. You were brought into this creation to thrive. The Creator loves you so much that he would never put you here just to suffer. He would never put you
mm,
here to be here and to die and go to the grave in misery. That is not what he put
mm.
you here for. He put you
That's
here
right.
to live a glorious, a beautiful, and a magnificent life. And all you have to do is claim it.
Mm. That's powerful. Another powerful insight, James. You are always spot on, and you always, nail it. And we can't thank you enough. So much. This
Well,
is a
I
new
thank you,
dimension.
Daniel.
This is a
I
new
thank you.
dimension. This is a new dimension of presenting transformation. Each time you come on our platform, there's something new to add, and we are glad to have you, and we are glad to associate with you.
Thank you so much. And thanks to all the listeners who have been here this week. And go forth
Mm,
from this week and incorporate these tools in your life for a lifetime, not just for this week, not just for next week
mm,
or next month. Use these
mm.
tools for the rest of your life. And thank you so very much for having me here today.
Thank you so much, James. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye now.
Okay, that is it. Again, James Wright nailed it. And that's where we come close to the end of this segment of Standard Challenge, 5 running days. Just like he said, yeah, we have a 5 day free challenge, but it's a live challenge. I like the way James Wright put it. He said it's a live challenge. That means it's not for 5 days. So as we are leaving you, and he gave us a very strong parting word. He said, don't be a succumber, but be an overcomer. The choice is yours. There's a two divide. You want to succeed or you want to succumb, according to James Wright? You are the one to take that decision. And the divider of success and succumbing is taking action. Let me put it the way Dr. Hammer put it. He said, execute. So I encourage you to just go pick those nuggets that have been released these 5 days and begin to align them in your own life, in your business, in your ministry, or whatever vision that you are pursuing. Execute. Become a success. Become an overcomer. Become a dominator. You are meant to dominate. You are not meant to succumb. But the difference between those that dominate and those that are dominated is not only information, not only knowledge, but the right application of that knowledge. So I challenge you today, and that's where we're going to come to a stop of this challenge. I challenge you to run with these nuggets that we've been pouring out since 5 days. I challenge you to run with them. We also want to get your feedbacks. Just go to DT Transformation, the Netomo Transformational Hub, drop a message for us. We're here to support you. We're here to guide you. We're here to see that you transform and begin to impact your world positively. And we know you can do it because James Wright really concurred with me. You have so much potential inside, but you need to trigger them. And that's why you need to act now. Tomorrow might be too late. Just take that decision to succeed today. Quit from succumbing. Become a dominator. Become a transformed being. Receive and begin to run with these nuggets so that you can transform your own life, so that we can meet at the topmost top. I see you at the topmost top. But remember, feedbacks, comments, questions will be welcome. Just drop them for us on our Facebook pages, both standard challenge pages. You can equally go to the Netomo Transformational Hub and drop all your questions, and we will attend to them. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Remember that you are meant to dominate. You are not meant to be dominated. I see you soon.